Firstkiller gonna pass to himself. He wants to show you freestyle 1v1. And oh my goodness! I don't think... Oh my goodness. During the initial Daniel run, Firstkiller, oh my goodness! Partner plus, allowing Twitch, oh my goodness, to give us a bigger percentage. Firstkiller, that one is too high. Wait a second, what is this shot? I don't think he gets back to it unless he plays it off of Chronic. Double reset, top left, crossbar down to get to the corner by staying where he wants to land. Double reset, what is it, triple? Magic Bear. Now, all to air dribble. Triple reset for Jack. It's light work. Which allowed Jack to bump him and escape. So a 3-goal lead for Jack. Firstkiller. Oh my goodness, what is this shot? The tournament is 4 players from North America playing in a pool play. I say from North America. Diaz plays on North American servers. He's not a North American. He's from Brazil. We've got Firstkiller, Chronic, Jack, and Diaz. So yes, the entirety of Gen.g plus Complexity's Diaz are going to be playing in a pool play. The pool play will seed them into a gauntlets. And the gauntlets will decide who walks away with a $1,500 prize. $1,000 for first, $400 for second, third going to walk away with $100. Diaz, a big-time high flyer. Both these guys played in the recent Mass Duelist tournaments. Diaz was pretty easy to read for a lot of players when he played in the test match as well that we did. Diaz might finally get his chance in the air because Jack is low on boost. He should be able to reset in time to play defense, but not early enough to stop him from going in the air. And that was just about the tamest air dribble I've ever seen from Diaz. So it no longer makes sense to do it. Diaz now does get the reset on this air dribble. Jack playing shadowed back into his nets, but far enough out from it that there's space for Diaz to win a 50. Convince Diaz that it could be happening. This time Jack will get the reset and fake the flick. Not only winning first possessions, but converting on a huge percentage of them. He's got another first possession. If he ends up scoring this one, flipping out to the ball, Jack will do it. Chaz still thinking it's a FK, even though now he's playing under his own name. Maybe we just need to recognize how mechanical Jack can be. Diaz, kickoff win of his own to the back wall of Jack, who seems to be expecting Diaz closing distance because he quickly got his dribble started. Jack, a big win here. Could maybe secure this game. A little pancake reset on the ceiling, and it will be a goal if Diaz starts giving freebies. And here is going to be a good test of what's to come. Diaz scores these 90% of the time against almost all players. And if he doesn't score this one, I would say it's officially time to be worried, but he does. The reset catch and uses the flip to get around Jack. And I'm actually surprised he backflipped into this. Gave it a little bit extra power, but maybe he was just thinking about the boost all along. He knew he was going to half flip through. Just go pick up the boost. Multiple resets for Diaz. Going to have to be a smooth catch if he wants to take that possession. Diaz, perfect double off the back wall. Control the ball and make good attacks over and over the way Diaz was doing. Diaz sidewall setup, the bread and butter. This is where he likes to pop off and make his name. He's got the reset, the fake. Jack actually had a save. I feel like I've seen, I mean, maybe North Americans all do it now because Jack does that, but definitely seen that from once players all over the world now. Ooh, Diaz. He does not want to go up in the air with Diaz prepped for him on the side wall. And Diaz is just a maniac. Backflipping and allowing Jack to double his score. And now with a kickoff, triplets. And he did at least force Jack up the back wall. And now being a pest. Oh, there's the demo. Could take the ball away into his back corner or could score. And he is going to try and score and will. At least 10, 15 seconds and then played keep away. Oh, these players are very good at that. Been able to finish it easy. Diaz now reset. Going to go low. Jack couldn't stop it all. Uses it once he believes he can get himself out of defense. And he just went for the back corner boost. Maybe he thought that boost was a little bit too valuable. I was talking about how much he valued it, but he certainly overvalued it here. Awkwardly reversing to keep the possession going. Gets himself demoed. Diaz going to try and dish off the back wall and does so. Knows there's not a lot of unpredictable movement Jack can get on it before too long. Firstkiller off the ceiling. Seemed like he was almost faking like he's going to go to the ground, because I thought for sure that was his only option there. He does decide to use the flip and not able to find anything out of the corner this time, but Firstkiller needs a big run, and that could be the beginning of it. Kickoff is not favorable, though. Diaz gets possession and knows that Firstkiller is in a position where he has to dive. So yeah, Firstkiller basically says, I'll dive now. If it doesn't connect, then I'll just forfeit. But if it does connect, it's better than more time getting off the clock. Seemed like that's what he was going for. Obviously, didn't find the power and missed wide. Now Diaz allowed to go the full distance to the field, and even though Firstkiller was around, in case the flick was a fake, his favorite position to work from. A dribble all the way from his back wall at ceiling heights. Has a reset and heard the flip. So uses it right away, or heard the jump, I should say. And Diaz will do this all day. If you want to shadow and try and defend his full field dribble, he says, be my guest. Want to see essentially freestyle 1v1 at all times. Firstkiller going to pass to himself. He wants to show you freestyle 1v1. And oh my goodness, there it is. Sent this one too high over the crossbar, but then the reset pop, instant flip as he collected the ball, and there was no boost left to do anything but that. Should we worry about the Rocket League Pro community now that Shift lost a sponsor? I don't think... Oh my goodness. 1 second. Let Diaz pop off here for a little bit. He's been faking this flick more often than not, but just wants to throw a reminder in that he can hit it. And it's not like Firstkiller was even necessarily prepping for the low shot. He seemed ready. Diaz still hit it. Gonna pass to himself off the ceiling, and Firstkiller will deny it. But that was, you know, could be argued as the tame version of a Diaz aerial attack situation for his fake kickoff, because now he has to defend against Diaz in Diaz's favorite position. This one, though, is saved. We watched it from Firstkiller's perspective this time, and the counterattack actually should be free. 10 seconds for Diaz to work with. He is staying on the ball with a pad's worth of boost. And now he should be able to reset in the corner. That one is going to have a tough time staying in the air. So Firstkiller will tie up the series. Firstkiller going to take it to the left corner. Saw Diaz maybe. Oh my goodness, Firstkiller. What a shot. There was really only 2 touches for Firstkiller. One to slam it into the ceiling, and then another on the reset to backflip it towards net. But Firstkiller hook shot. Great timing. Good read from Firstkiller. In a few seconds, the zap dash out to the midfield. I don't hate it here. You need to have boost to win games late, so he goes for boost, but Daniel versus Khaled during the initial Daniel run. Firstkiller, oh my goodness. He says, stop talking about the history and start watching what I'm doing now. A pass into the ceiling directly into his car. Something that nobody else is even trying to do. If he snipes this one, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about with Firstkiller. This is a Firstkiller special. It's all worth the same amount. 1 goal. Diaz trying to use a reset to punish Firstkiller as he falls to the ground after the pre-jump. Firstkiller got the first save, but not the next. Your other option is to retreat back into your corner and say, I am good enough to defend against you, even when you have a favorable possession. And so far, Firstkiller has been right about that, but it's tough. It's a 7-7. So I mentioned that maybe Diaz was going to win. And listen, this is when it'd be a curse. Those tier 1s helping us get towards Partner Plus, allowing Twitch, oh my goodness, to give us a bigger percentage of the subscriptions. Trying to take money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket, and Chronic is trying to take this series off Firstkiller, just playing in their first game. So Firstkiller, despite the tough series end with Diaz maybe forcing his hand, little zap dash to shots is denied, but it forces Chronic into net. Follow-up is a fake, and now Firstkiller has a chance. Firstkiller off the side wall, using the flip to pop it away, and went for the high double. Firstkiller, double resets as he brings the ball up to ceiling height, and a smooth catch on the dash. And this is what I'm talking about with Firstkiller. And it might not be the conventional way everyone else is attacking through the air. But man, what a smooth catch and reposition to the other side of the ball. Chronic, ooh, did not get the boost grab. That is going to be a big mistake. Almost as bad as own goaling. Interesting save attempt from Chronic on 0 boost. Actually going to work out. He canceled his front flip. Firstkiller just going to catch him. And he wants to go next. he just called next. I mean, you can't call next. I don't know if he was joking or not, but we're going to go next. I can't. Chronic, can he find a way to score this one? What placement? Oh, the double was almost there, but he will get the follow-up, the perfect bounce. Bouncing back here after the game 2 loss. And it's the wall to air dribble connoisseur from so deep in the blue half. I want a little ground to air as well for Chronic. At some point is a win when it looks like the attack is not going to work. It's a ceiling pinch this time. It's not going to be able to get return ball. Oh, no, it's off target. I was going to say he's going to get to his favorite spot, but Firstkiller denying him his favorite spot. Says instead, you have to play the dribble off the ground, but Chronic shows he can do it as well. Firstkiller. That one is too high. Wait a second. What is this shot? I don't think he gets back to it unless he plays it off of Chronic. Firstkiller pops the ball, gets the reset, and jumps off it. I don't think he jumped. I think he just bounced off of Chronic. But if he had jumped off it, that is absurd. It's time to get some qualifiers running. And here is who we have playing today. I think just about everybody but Cosmic showed up. I'm not sure yet about Evo. But I know Wahvey's here. I know that everybody else is here. That... It'd be fun to try and set lines. Try and see if I can get chat to go 50-50 on predictions. That's a nice shot for Wahvey. Really low scoring game here. And Mist SB actually has boost and Wahvey doesn't. So there's a good chance for him to clutch up. But Wahvey will deny it. When I saw Kofor using it. But then I remembered that apparently Alpha Cap is also in this. Which means it's probably just Unk. Half of game number 1. And oh my goodness, Kofor. Gopher's popping off. This was an especially cool shot. The wave dash. It was really just a sidewall read, but on a micro scale. Kofor double reset, top left, crossbar down. Kofor looking pretty solid. We've had Kofor on the stream in the past month or so, maybe 2 months. Set really late, and that's to get so that you guys don't get started before we can watch here live on stream. But you're all good. Wahvey, nice shots. Out of the TSM decal, but into a pretty nice decal in replacements. Little late resets. Instant use of it as well. Who did we forget? Who should we have included in the tournament all along? To play the winner of Cam Magic Bear. And Kofor, my goodness, isn't slowing down anytime soon. And then that's pretty much it. Kofor, nice shots. Magic Bear bumped and won to get his first goal of game number 2. Cam is actually still going wall to air dribble. And Magic Bear is reactive defensively. Cam iced it out. 8 months of prime till full time. I've always said this stream was made by residual. Pogo shots from Cam. Denied by Magic. Has to go the length of the field. Doesn't really have much of a choice because he needs to score now. The reset shot is in. Wahvey going to show that he can make goals happen through the air as well. It doesn't have to be grounded bump plays. You give him his opportunity for a sidewall dribble, and he'll show you what he can do. A little reset double to get the second goal. Wahvey, a little double reset. Why not? Everything's working for him right now. The double reset to make it 11-3. Putting on a show for the fans in the last 10 seconds. Oh, Magic Bear, what a bump. Wahvey, double resets. And he did not have a read on where Magic Bear was. His camera wasn't set up that he even knew. Magic Bear kind of boxes out Wahvey from allowing him to get to the corner by staying where he wants to land. Double reset. What is it, triple? Magic Bear gonna put in his second goal in style. There's one, there's a second, there's a third. It was a double reset, but it became a triple reset into the top left. That's why we have ourselves another great match. Magic Bear, air dribble reset. What a shot! Using the tail end of his car as he spins through on the resets. It was the only way to get to the ball, or it was the fastest way to get to the ball, I should say. Wahvey might be able to score on the counterattack. Magic Bear. Oh my goodness, what is that bounce? But it was a couple pixels off. Now we are into overtime. Magic Bear is the one who needs to score. As we are tied 7-7, he's picking up pads. Wahvey has one reset, used it to go over the top of Magic Bear, and finishes off the series. This is the North American standings right now, where we have Jack, Diaz, Chronic, and Firstkiller all in a pool play. They're going to play 3 matches starting right now. We are not over today. It's Jack versus Firstkiller coming up next. And then Wahvey will be the one to try and play through the gauntlet at the bottom. He could take down all 4 and take first place if he manages to do it. Jack will be the first to score, and he'll do so a little bit after Mass Duelist, but ultimately was quickly back into the Fennec. Rely on that style, and if he can convince his opponent to play it with him, he's very often going to come out on top. That is going to be a format we learned about his games yesterday, as he set up pass after pass to himself off the ceiling. What a fake. Jack fell for it. 6-2, which is a long time in 1v1. Might not even take him that much time. With another kickoff win, he sent that too high. Target acquired for Firstkiller. Gets his demo, and now he's into the air. Reset directly at Jack, but it's going to work out to himself off the side wall. And will get the demo. Now needs to just get it to the net in time. That's a good first touch. And the double is what I was going to say is a layup for a guy like Firstkiller. Playing on low boost, staying all over the ball, but is finally going to be Firstkiller with a bit of space. He's been working for this for a while. Has a reset. Wave dash catch and goes bottom right. Now, game of chicken. Firstkiller lets the ball bounce. Expects Jack to leave. Air dribble 50. Firstkiller wins it. Needed that boost to get back to make the second touch. Camera check over the top of the ball. Force Jack into net. Jack waiting on the side wall. Firstkiller, what a shot. Oh my goodness, he got robbed somehow. Nice 180, 50 from Firstkiller. What a shot. This time it will not be stopped on the musty. But the way he's prioritizing the landings and getting this ball back on target, it's just impossible to deal with. He's out here what feels like just freestyling around the map. Borderline free playing. Firstkiller, oh my goodness, not going to be able to save this one. Jack, a heater of a flick. Top shelf. Wave dash kickoff. That is really what Firstkiller needed so far in this game. I think every first possession has been Jackson. Now here is the ceiling play. When he gets a side wall dribble, he just banks it off the ceiling back into his car, and that catch is so pure. Jack from the ceiling on another kickoff win for his efforts. Now, ball to air dribble. Triple reset for Jack. It's light work. A dunk and a goal. Apparently, Jack wants to see 5 games, and Firstkiller will oblige. He says, let's go to the final one. My goodness, Jack. Firstkiller, an amazing own goal. He tried to maybe use his flip there, paying off. Now Jack going to go to ceiling heights. Firstkiller trying to react to the goal line, but Jack gets it all the way out to that opposite post, which allowed Jack to bump him and escape. So a 3-goal lead for Jack. Firstkiller, oh my goodness, what is this shot? Firstkiller continuing to find new ways to score. The reset pop gets back to the ball and backflips immediately on the second reset to carry it into the top left. To get this taken away with ease. He let that ball fall away from him, and now Firstkiller off the side wall. It's a tie game. Wins this one to the side wall. He is going to play it in the air despite the ball headed on the way down. Lean back to the reset and the pinch shot on the ground. It's a wave dash pinch, and Firstkiller has the lead. Jack had it moments ago, but a boomer of 106 km/h pinch is something that Jack will never be able to read. And then a top right placement. His toxic teammate would have already put up the red flag. But Jack is not giving up. Chronic, what a shot. And again, not connecting as he gets to the back wall. Chronic using the last bit of his boost because he knows he has the beat right now. Tries to escape what could be a pin down here from Jack. In fact, he will escape. He makes a save and it goes off of his backboard and allows him to score. Now chasing down this one. Jack just thought he wasn't going to. Chronic didn't even realize he was going to have such a free touch on the ball. He thought Jack certainly was going to maybe make a play at some point. So he seemed to rush it because otherwise it could have just been a goal. Chronic has boosted net right now as he is camped out on the side wall. Just trying to time it correctly. But he doesn't really want to shoot off of it. He'd rather just use it as an opportunity to get some boost. He's pinched this off the ceiling. He has enough boost left over. He should be able to get a strong enough touch. Jack, a dribble starting from his back corner. And a low musty. Jack not easy to clear the ball away from the back wall. Really clean catch and 50 from reverse from Chronic. Jack, though, re-enters the play. Makes the save. A bump from Chronic. He's going to power slide around this one. Trying to get a 50 out of Jack, but the 50 goes favorably for Jack. Flick away. Mike at demo gets undercut. Chronic shouldn't have to deal with any Jack pressure soon because he was completely out of boost. So now a dribble from the back corner. Chronic in the air at 0 seconds will bring it to the ground. A pop. Jack is playing fairly passively. He got bumped. Chronic can keep this up and he'll get it in. Chronic will score at 0 seconds. Jack deciding to shadow and play it slightly passively, gets sent to the back wall, and he even had a chance at the last second, but diving back down, Chronic gets around him. Overtime, it's going to have to be some result of a tiebreaker. Chronic ahead of Jack. You should be able to ground pinch this in, and Chronic will take the win in Game 4. I would say KV1 has held that down in the past, and he did so on even worse ping than Diaz has to play with. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not easy to play with 120. We used to be able to get Diaz like 80 ping. One that I believe he won. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my goodness, I almost accidentally switched POVs before one of the nastiest flicks you could ever hope to see. That is not an issue for him. He is a very talented player. Diaz, another kickoff win. I just got done talking about how effective Chronic is of speed, leading to the lost 50. Now Chronic. Oh my goodness. I mean, Diaz, I talk about Chronic because it's a wall-to-air dribble. Diaz just boxing him out in the air. Now full field dribble from ceiling heights. One that Diaz normally scores without having to go back down to the ground. This time he will go to the ground, and there's the next. That's what I'm talking about. To make sure he fully understands where Chronic is at, where the ball is at. The boost isn't moving. Diaz denied and just overtakes Train, who is around from old Fear days. Real old Fear days. The guy who was previously #1 in bits of the gifted leaderboard. It takes you to the bits leaderboard. Chronic. A fake resets, and he's tied the game to go full field dribble, and it works out well when he has a boost advantage well because it's kind of a slow play that wastes more time, and Chronic's going to drop the whoops. Try to get back, but could not, and there's the next. Diaz. Reset 50, my goodness. Just so much power on the touches. He's able to play it so quickly. I mean, Chronic, we watched it from his defensive perspective. It's like kind of clear what Diaz is trying to set up, but Diaz is actually in a decent position right now because he has control of the ball. So he can take 45 seconds or so to score or less. Wins another kickoff and does not take it in the air. Wave dashes it back down to the ground, and it's a tie game on his kickoff attempt. Now Chronic. A pretty aggressive play with the clock under a minute left to go. And himself in the lead, but Chronic's never been one to back down, and he's always felt good about his aerial game. Really heavy touch, and he continues to be a thorn in Diaz's side. He will not let him get a clean possession, and now pulling back off the reset, it'll be a side flip. Actually does get stopped. Doesn't matter though. It's going to take 6 full seconds just for Diaz to get over there if he even does score. Chronic will be able to put one on in style. 9-6. Game 5. He is certainly going to get there faster if he does get up to clear it, but Chronic almost just kind of gambling that he might not. Nice mix-up on pace from Diaz here. It works out if you are fast enough, but if you do that even a moment later, Diaz loves resetting possession. Chronic is trying to pre-jump these aerials, but hasn't been working too well. Pre-jump this one. The boost advantage after taking the midfield. It's going to be a double jump bomb. Diaz gets around it. Just such a slow dribble that Diaz can get the read and make sure to get the save. It's going to be GG's, and Diaz is out of here quick, so we never get to get him pogo. Diaz will be your champion of the pool play. He will sit at the top of the gauntlet with a guaranteed $400, even if he does happen to not defend it. Chronic will sit right below him. Wahvey will attempt to run the gauntlet tomorrow. He's going to have to beat Jack, then Firstkiller, then Chronic, then Diaz if he wants to take the first place prize. It all ends tomorrow.